Ever wondered why some days you feel like conquering the world, while other days you just want to stay in bed? It's a common struggle we all face, the battle of fluctuating motivation levels. We all have those days when the alarm goes off, and the last thing we want to do is leave the comfort of our warm beds. The world outside can wait, right? But here's the thing, most days won't be filled with enthusiasm and energy. That's the reality. Most days you won't wake up feeling invincible, ready to take on the world. You won't always be brimming with ideas or excited about your to-do list. And guess what? That's perfectly normal. The idea that we should always be motivated, always be on, is a myth. It's an unrealistic expectation that we often set for ourselves, and when we don't meet it, we feel like we've failed. But that's not failure, that's life. Life is a roller coaster of highs and lows, and our motivation levels are no different. So what separates the successful individuals from the rest? It's their ability to push through these low motivation days. It's their determination to get up, get going, and get tasks done, even when they don't feel like it. When they'd rather stay in bed, they choose to rise. When they'd rather procrastinate, they choose to be productive. It's not about feeling motivated all the time, it's about acting in spite of not feeling motivated. It's about understanding that motivation isn't a constant state, but a fluctuating one. And it's about harnessing the power of discipline to keep moving forward, even on those days when motivation is low. If you've been giving yourself reasons not to get tasks done, it's time to make a different decision. A decision to push through, to act in spite of how you feel, to do what needs to be done, regardless of whether you feel like it or not. Because that's what separates the successful from the rest. That's the motivation challenge. Let's dive into a story about someone who was tired of being average, who decided to push through the hard days. There was a man named John, a man just like you and me. He was stuck in the rut of mediocrity, feeling as if he was just another face in the crowd. Every day was a struggle, a battle against his own lack of motivation. He was tired of being average, tired of being just ordinary. John decided enough was enough. He made a choice that would change his life forever. He chose to push himself even on the days when he felt weak, when he felt like staying in bed, when he felt like doing nothing. He knew that if he didn't make that choice, he would continue to feel inferior, continue to feel weak. He knew the pain of regret would be far stronger than the temporary discomfort of pushing through. With each task he completed, each challenge he overcame, he felt stronger, more gratified. He began to notice a change, not just in his productivity, but in his own self-perception. He was no longer just an ordinary man, he was a man of action, a man of perseverance. He felt a sense of accomplishment that he had never felt before. John discovered that by doing the hard thing, the thing he initially didn't want to do, he felt better. He felt strong and accomplished. He started to feel worthy of the life he was living. It was a feeling he had never experienced before, a feeling of victory over his own limitations. John's story is not unique. It's a story of triumph over mediocrity, a story of how one man decided to push through the hard days and come out stronger on the other side. It's a story about the power of determination and resilience, about the incredible things we can achieve when we decide to step out of our comfort zones and challenge ourselves. John's story is a testament to the fact that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our choices. He chose to break free from the chains of mediocrity. He chose to take control of his life. And in doing so, he found a strength within himself that he never knew existed. John's journey wasn't easy. There were days when he wanted to give up, days when the struggle seemed too much to bear. But he pushed through, he kept going because he knew that the feeling of victory that comes from doing the right thing, the hard thing, is worth every moment of struggle. Remember John's story when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling average. Remember that you have the power to change your life, to overcome your limitations, to triumph over mediocrity. You too can feel strong, gratified, and victorious. That feeling of victory that comes from doing the right thing, the hard thing, is worth every moment of struggle. So, what sets the winners apart from the rest? It's a question that has been asked time and again. The answer, as it turns out, is deceptively simple. Persistence. Yes, you heard it right. It's that dogged determination to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's the stubborn resolve to not give up, even when every fiber of your being is screaming for you to stop. That's the hallmark of a true winner. Successful people, the real winners in life, they don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for the stars to align. They take action. They move. They get things done. Even when they don't feel like it, especially when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is not a one-time event. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about showing up, day in and day out, and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when it's mundane, because they know that it's in these moments of struggle and discomfort that real growth happens. They understand the power of consistency. They know that it's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about the small, incremental steps that over time add up to massive results. They know that success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who work, to those who grind, to those who hustle, to those who keep pushing forward no matter what. And so they keep moving, they keep striving, they keep reaching for their dreams. Even when the odds are stacked against them, even when the naysayers tell them it can't be done, even when their own doubts and fears threaten to hold them back. So the next time you find yourself facing a challenge, remember this: the power to succeed lies within you. It's in your ability to persist, to keep going, even when you're not seeing immediate results. Remember, the work comes before the belief. Even when you're not seeing immediate results, keep going. As you persist, something magical begins to happen. The seeds of your efforts, sown in the soil of determination, start to sprout. It's not an overnight transformation, mind you, but a gradual process, a process that takes time, patience, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. You see, the path to self-belief is not a straight one. It's riddled with twists and turns, ups and downs. It's a journey that invites you to face your deepest fears, to challenge your perceived limitations, and to step out of your comfort zone. It's a journey that calls for extraordinary courage and resilience. But as you continue to strive, to push, to persevere, you start to notice changes. Small victories begin to accumulate. Tasks that once seemed insurmountable now feel manageable. Challenges that once intimidated you now inspire you. You start to realize that you're stronger than you thought, more capable than you ever imagined. And that's when it happens. That's when you start to believe in yourself. You start to trust in your abilities. You start to have faith in your potential. This self-belief, this newfound confidence, it's like a spark that ignites the flame of motivation within you. Before you know it, you're not just going through the motions anymore. You're not just doing it because you have to. You're doing it because you want to. You're doing it because you believe in yourself. You're doing it because you know that you can. And that's the power of self-belief. It transforms your perspective. It fuels your drive. It propels you forward. It makes you unstoppable. So keep going, keep striving, keep believing. Because the more you believe in yourself, the more motivated you become. The more motivated you become, the more effort you put in. The more effort you put in, the more results you see. And the more results you see, the stronger your belief in yourself becomes. It's a cycle, a beautiful, empowering cycle, a cycle that starts with effort and ends with belief. A cycle that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. A cycle that turns dreams into reality. Once you start seeing results, you'll realize you can really do this. So, what's your choice going to be? Are you going to let those low motivation days dictate your life? Or are you going to consciously choose to break through them? It's a decision that only you can make. You've got to remember that feeling, that exhilarating sense of triumph when you do the hard thing. That's the feeling you should be chasing every single day. Don't let the lure of short-term comfort overshadow the long-term satisfaction of achievement. You know how good it feels to conquer a task that seemed impossible. That's your victory, that's your moment of glory. And yes, it's hard, it's meant to be. That's what makes the victory so sweet. So don't shy away from it, embrace it, push through it. Because at the end of the day, it's all worth it. Remember, the pain right now will absolutely pay off in the future. Don't allow the pain of regret to creep in later. You have the power. Now, go get it done.